What's up, folks? We are back with another ZVT. However, this time both players are swapped, meaning our pink Zerg is going to be bbreed and our red Terran is going to be Timbo Slice. So both players playing their opponent's main race. Neither player really knows how to play the race that they are currently playing, so we should expect to see something wacky. And already, right off the bat, bbreed's overlords not going where they should be going. Ideally, they'd be making their way across the map, perching onto like somewhere here, floating around the outskirts to do some scouting, but no, they're just hanging out in the main base. bbreed gonna be taking the gold base, however, and that can be a very strong strategy as long as it goes unpunished. As always, there is the opportunity for the Terran to abuse this location and just harass any workers that are mining. And it's very difficult for the Zerg, or any race really, to run all the way around to defend that. So we'll have to see if that goes unpunished or not. Now Timbo gonna start things off with a Reaper, gonna give bbreed a taste of his own medicine. bbreed gonna have a spawning pool now, as it just finishes, so he does have the opportunity to make queens and zerglings. He's gonna pull some workers, a lot of workers, to go to the gold, which is a good move. You should always saturate that fully ASAP. And where did that Reaper go? Oh, okay, so he made 2 Reapers. Gonna send them both across the map now. And bbreed doesn't really have any fighting units. Queen only halfway done here. And he's going for a Roach Warren as well as a second gas pretty quickly. These Reapers are gonna jump on in, start blasting away at the drones. Gets 1, gets 2 already. Gets a 3rd as well, and that's pretty significant damage for this stage in the game. And the Reapers gonna back on out of there. They're gonna see no expansion at the natural, so wonder if Timbo is aware of that gold. I mean, this is very low number of drones, so that should tip him off. Gonna get another 2 drones and get away once again. Now bbreed starting his roach production. Some here. And the Reaper's gonna confirm that this base has been taken. And looks like they might just go behind the minerals. No, they're just gonna chill here for a bit. And bbreed moving out with his roaches, so he has no intention of keeping these to defend. That means these Reapers gonna have a field day. Actually, queens do outrange them, so they can actually defend this. However, another 3 drones already going down. Roaches have made it across the map to the Terran base, but Siege Tank is ready. And oh, Siege Tank's gonna go down actually, but the bio is able to defend. This Overlord wanted to join in on the action, but realizes it can't attack. Might go down as well, and actually survives with 2 HP, so that's a minor victory for bbreed, who is substantially behind right now, sitting on only 15 drones. He's trying to make some more. Luckily for him, he does have this gold base, so he is competitive in the resource collection. Actually, not really, as Timbo has surged up in the past few seconds or so. Maybe that's because of mules, or maybe not. This one mule does not want to work. Damn robots taking our jobs and then slacking off. Look at it. It's just chilling here. Now bbreed going for another attack with a handful of roaches. Slow roaches, mind you. Timbo, he does have a tank sieged up and ready to go, but it's pretty close and vulnerable, so maybe perhaps bbreed can capitalize on this, pick it off real quick, and then perhaps he'll have an opportunity to get some damage done, but not anymore with the second tank. 2 tanks gonna be enough to push this back, and now bbreed, well, he's still here, but he absolutely cannot try to attack. He does have his natural, which is technically his third. He has layer tech. He's gotten roach speed. They're gonna morph a single Ravager. Now, I'm not sure if bbreed knows how to use Ravagers or what they do, so this might get a little weird. Timbo floating his barracks, gonna try to spot that overlord, and now he's gonna move out with his bio and run into some roaches and Ravagers. bbreed kind of lets his units get too far. They do take a couple big tank shots. Now a third tank coming out. bbreed looks like he doesn't really know what to do. He's got a lot of minerals. Both players do, actually. bbreed actually supply blocked at the moment. And Timbo, he's just going for bio, throwing down some more barracks so he can spend his money. He's supply blocked as well, so he queues up a bunch of supply depots. Both players, once again, not playing their race, so a bit sloppy on both sides. However, bbreed looks like he's a little more confused than Timbo. He's got some queens that are not doing anything. He's got some overlords that are not doing anything. And he's not really producing all too much for drones only. He's floating a lot of minerals, quite a bit of gas as well. But at the same time, Timbo also floating a lot of resources. He has, however, gotten +1 on his bio, +2 on the way. Third base going down. And now actually bbreed has taken the worker lead. Still not really injecting, however. And I don't know if he is even aware of the inject mechanic. Does have some injects on this gold base. Does have some drones not working as well. Scan goes down into the Zerg base to spot double Evo coming up. And it looks like Timbo might be getting ready for some kind of move out. He's got his bio, a few tanks unsieged. Maybe he's waiting for +1 armor, which just finished. Not really sure, but he's actually doing a pretty good job of spending his minerals at least. Still floating a lot of gas, and that's the thing with bio, you don't really need that much gas. It does have 4 gases, which is a little too much for just bio and tanks. So he's gonna get some liberators. bbreed gonna make his way up to a hydralisk den. So Roach Hydra perhaps is gonna be the tech of choice here. A very classic composition. And bbreed actually doing an excellent job of expanding on his side of the map. Saturating his bases, that's a different story. Gonna be undersaturated on most of these, but at least he's up to 5 bases, and these 2 liberators moving out to siege up the Zerg base. Did spot that with this Overlord if he was paying attention, but doesn't look like there's any reaction. There is a Spore Crawler in position. 2 Queens gonna start working away at this first Liberator. Gonna get that one actually. Second Liberator gonna go uncontested for now. And 4 probes, 4 drones rather have gone down. And oh, Liberator flying into some spores, and oh, might go down. Does go down. Pretty poor control from Timbo, who is sitting on 179 supply compared to bbreed's 100. bbreed not spending his money whatsoever, floating so many resources. I don't know if he just doesn't have his hatcheries all hotkeyed together. He's got a ton of larva on most of these bases, but yeah, probably some kind of hotkey error. Is starting to get some hydras finally, but that supply deficit is pretty huge. Timbo gonna be taking the gold of his own now. The gold of bbreed is almost mined out. Creep spread actually okay, considering he's not a Zerg player. He has most of his bases connected. Wouldn't mind to see a little bit more here, but second, third, the gold, the fourth, they're all relatively connected, surprisingly. Now bbreed looks like he wants to move out. Similarly, so does Timbo, and this is a massive Terran army. He has 2-2, 3-3 is already halfway done. And like ships in the night, they're gonna pass each other. And I wonder if either player is gonna want to move back home to defend. Doesn't look like it so far. We might be getting a base trade. But as the saying goes, never base trade a Terran, because they can lift off their buildings. This army from Timbo is very scary. Look at this amount of Marines and Marauders. Siege tanks not even in play at the moment, but base is going down from both players, and now looks like Timbo satisfied with the damage he's done, gonna start moving back home. And the reinforcements from bbreed gonna catch some of these retreating units of Timbo, which is nice. However, that's still a massive Terran army. And now that the Terran's back home, it's going to clean up the rest of these Zerg units. And these additional roaches, not long for this world, going to get blasted out of existence by the tanks and bio. So pretty heavy casualties on both sides. Bases lost, army lost, but Timbo is still sitting on a massive army. bbreed gonna need something to defend, or he's just gonna lose to this counterattack. All he has is a handful of roaches. And oh man, this is a massive Terran army. He's got 3/3 on his bio, +1 attack on his tanks as well. And he's just healing up his tanks for now. But once he decides to attack, I don't see any way for bbreed to defend. Not with his 7 roaches. Is that really all he has? No, he has some more here. But still, not going to be enough. Not even close. And this is going to be quite a massacre. Timbo, once again, biding his time. Now that his tanks are healed up, he is going to start moving out. And no, gonna slowly siege up his tanks. And now going for the fight. There's just not enough Zerg. Now the tanks inch up once again. And oh, this is a big opportunity. Gonna catch the tanks unsieged, but it doesn't matter. There's just way too much bio. And down goes the entire Zerg army. Is that all he has? He has some more Hydras here, which are about to melt very quickly. And now the Terran is in the Zerg natural. And GG's gonna get called. And Timbo, playing as Terran, gonna take down the W. Alright, welcome back to game number 2 of this wacky clown fiesta. We are looking at the main base of our Terran player who is playing Zerg. It's bbreed. And in the top right, this is the main base of our Zerg player playing Terran, Timbo. Timbo currently up, leading the series. And I think Timbo does have a little more experience off racing than bbreed does. And that definitely showed in the last game where bbreed just, I don't know, maybe didn't have his hatcheries hotkeyed. Maybe he wasn't injecting. He had a lot of bases, but ultimately succumbed to the Terran army. bbreed going for a spawning pool first this game, so is he gonna do something crazy? Spawning pool just finished, but we don't see any Zerglings being made. In fact, he goes for his expansion. So not gonna be any type of crazy rush. He does have his Overlord moving across the map this time, which is nice. And where's it gonna go? Is it gonna chill on top of this tower? No, maybe not. But it's gonna spot the natural expansion of Timbo, and that's good information. Now gonna reposition to a safer location. Timbo gonna try to move this Marine out to see if he can get that Overlord, but no. This Marine in the wrong spot for that. And ooh, bbreed going for a Baneling nest. Bunch of Zerglings made already, so perhaps taking a page out of Kevin's book. Looks like he is interested in a Baneling bust. Now this Marine finally gets in position to attack this Overlord, and oh! Bit of a mistake there out of bbreed. It looks like he manually moved the Overlord up a little bit back into range. I think it would have been safe, like somewhere here, but does lose that Overlord. And that's pretty big, especially for this early in the game when you're trying to go for an aggressive attack. That's going to set him back just a bit, and every second counts when you're doing something like this. Going to be moving out now with the Zerglings, 20 of them to be exact. Banelings gonna start morphing. 6 of them, 7 of them. And what does Timbo have? Not a whole lot, just Marines so far. Siege Tank is starting, but that's still quite a ways away. And bbreed gonna have a big opportunity here. Let's see if he can pull this off. Banelings go in, bust down the supply depot, in go the Zerglings. 2 Banelings still alive, and they can, well, they're gonna bypass the natural altogether. Nope, decide to crash into the tank instead, and Timbo calls GG. So, wow, nice job out of bbreed with the Kevin build. Gonna be able to tie things up. We are back. This is game number 3 between these two players. Once again, it's the Terran player playing Zerg bbreed against the Zerg player playing Terran Timbo Slice. So nice little Baneling bust out of bbreed in the second game. Timbo didn't have defenses in time. He was actually going for a battle cruiser opening. And yeah, he got his wall busted down, Lings flooded in, and as we all know, once the Lings are in your base, it is very difficult to recover. Game number 3. Timbo gonna be making his supply depot on the low ground. And bbreed going for a spawning pool first once again. So last game he did the same thing, but he didn't make any early Zerglings. It was just a regular expand behind it. And likewise this game as well. And that's gonna put him back just a bit, as we do see 17 SCVs to 13 drones. The one thing he will have going for him is an earlier queen, which of course means earlier injects, more larvae. But that doesn't matter all too much when you don't really spend them anyways. He was sitting on 3 larvae for quite some time. Now 2 more drones starting up. And we can see the effects of this early pool, as he only has 15 drones. Speed has started, but he's continuing to mine gas. So are we gonna see a Baneling nest once again? Meanwhile, Timbo, he's getting a factory reactor already done on his barracks, so he's gonna start up 2 marines. And is this a hole? It kind of looks like a hole there. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe? Is this a Timbo wall? And yes, indeed, we do see a Baneling nest going down. So bbreed looks like he wants to do a bust once again. Now, is Timbo gonna fall for the same thing twice? Overlord gonna go down once again. So mirror image of the last game so far. And yeah, this has got to be a hole. And if bbreed is able to recognize that, he might be able to capitalize. He is a Terran player, so maybe he'll be able to spot that right away. Has more Lings in production. 14 on the map already, 10 more on the way. Scan goes down. That is a vital scan. Spotting these Zerglings, spotting that Baneling nest. So Timbo gonna be aware, so he's gonna double up on his walls. And is this now a full wall? I'm still not sure. I think so. Maybe. I don't know, but the Lings are coming. And where are the Banelings? There they go. Gonna start morphing some Banelings. Only 3 so far. That's not going to be enough to bust any wall. Hopefully bbreed knows that, or else we might be seeing another worst Baneling bust contender. 3 Banelings. That's not enough. Okay, gonna morph a couple more. Nicely done. It would have been quite disastrous if he went in with 3. However, Perhaps it has happened enough times to him. He knows it's going to take more, and now these banelings gonna roll in, but the double layered wall gonna prove to be too strong. The Ling's gonna be able to bust down the depot, but Hellbat's gonna toast the Lings, and now bbreed sitting on 17 drones. He is committing to more Zerglings, but this game is essentially over. Terran has double the workers. He's got a battle cruiser on the way. He's got Hellbats to defend against Lings. He is remaking the wall. And this is just a disaster for bbreed, who is trying to go for more pressure with these Lings, but the Hellbats gonna feel comfortable enough to move out and fry a bunch of the Lings. Now bbreed desperately trying to macro up again, but it's just too little, too late. As he only has 23 drones. The battle cruiser moments away from finishing, and once it warps in, there's just gonna be no answer from bbreed. And let's take a look at this battle cruiser, as it's just chilling at the moment, but any moment now it's gonna teleport, and there it goes, pew, right into the Zerg main base. And 2 queens, not gonna be nearly enough. Sport Crawler desperately trying to get started, but Battle Cruiser can quickly deal with that as well, and GG gets called. Timbo gonna take another game.